allow the two children to have the budget. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, oh, yeah. My ego don't come.
I think we're having the audio off. Apologies for that. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. Apologies. Ignore the critics. I was also criticized that I did not crush Biafra in time. The genocidists, Yakubu Gowon, met with Koolu, and that's what he said. Also tonight, because we are going to have a larger house than what we had this afternoon, so I am going to give you the video that I showed yesterday that Remi Tinubu was being called an infidel. In fact, it was a video calling for her to be killed. They said the hadith ordered them to kill the leaders of infidels, non-Muslims. And Remi Tinubu is a leader of infidels. Good evening to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good morning to you from wherever you are joining from. It is Mayegun Live. It is another segment in the Temple of Truth tonight that will continue, to shed more light into disjointed contraption called Nigeria and why it will never work. Because Nigeria is a place where criminals have been rewarded greatly. And those who stood up against them were either killed, jailed, or converted. So for this generation to understand that the war that we are facing, young people watching me right now, the war you are facing, they were the war planted by rogues like Yakubu Gowon. But some will say, maybe he's kept alive to live long enough to see what he lied and lured the country into a genocidal campaign against a region in Nigeria. Like 50 years after that, looking at the Nigeria, maybe they kept people like Obasanjo Gowon alive to see to the total balkanization of what they felt they could keep together under this force arrangement. I mean, we all know how forty Nigeria is. We have a lot of differences that are pointing to the fact that we shouldn't have been a country in the first place. But understanding our history and learning from them is the only way we will never make the same mistake for our own children to come and fight this same battle. You need to understand what is going on. You need to understand how it affects you. And you also need to understand what can you do in your own capacity to change this. And that's why you're watching Mayegun tonight again. So Nigerians are complaining. I mean, like, it being power here and there, economic hardship. The numbers are not adding up. But these criminals continue to make, lousy pronouncements. It's going to be this tomorrow. It's going to be that tomorrow. The citizens are panicking. The business community is panicking. The government is panicking. And in this whole chaos, some are learning to adjust. The only thing is, a lot of us believe that if truly, people are hungry for real, then I don't think any adjustments can, adjust that without you reacting. So yes, those who are currently, sort of screaming or crying, I will say they are hungry. Once they are given food, they probably won't be screaming anymore. They will be fine with whatever it is, right? Until those of you who are angry that what you want in your life is not just food. Do you understand? When you realize what they are taking from you or what they have taken from you, and you are really angry, you want them back. You want good governance, you want a functional system and all that. until when those of you who are in that category are in your massive number, bold enough to ask for something different. For now, they can still continue to give them food. I mean, make them poor, then offer them food, be their savior, and you can control whatever you want of them. I think that is the MO of this rogue. And if you know the thiefnubu style of politics, and you remember Adedibu style of politics, violence and Amala politics, Abi, then you go on to look at Arishekola types of politics, religious and Amala politics. I'm just giving you instances where people have used, they have weaponized poverty, okay, to promote their personal agenda, while those people in their large numbers continue to see them not as the cause of their problems or being part of their problems. In fact, they are seeing them as, thank God, at least, if not for him, some people will not even do it. You know what I mean? Like, it is the style of thiefnubu's politics. Raise your two hands, one leg. Oh yeah, hit the ground like that. Wow. Again, wow. Then they give you 1,000 or they give you 10,000. And that 10,000 can possibly take care of some meals that night, the following day, and maybe the day after. And if you are lucky to run into them again, you do the same thing. Abow, bah, bah, bah. They give you another 5,000. This is what they want of the people, not anything like to make them self-sufficient, train them, educate them, invest in them. That is not thiefnubu's politics. And that is why, from time immemorial, that body loan, despite the fact that people go there every day, old people, young people, children, they go there, they queue there until somebody comes in like a guest. He will share money to them outside, and then maybe sometimes thiefnubu will send people from inside to go and give them money. Or sometimes they'll just say, okay, listen, on Friday, everybody should come. They are sharing rice. That is what they want of the population. That is the government policy of thiefnubu. When they were telling these people that they will give their children free education, your children will get free education. They didn't tell them that their teachers will not be paid. Their schools will not be standard. Materials and education stuff like that will not be sufficient. Even if they now struggle to now go through that shallow, ruined educational system, they will then have to go and queue in the labor market. You know, some Nigerians have a way with words, right? Because Nigerians don't like to say, are you in the labor market now? Labor means like to struggle, to work, So labor market means you are looking for a job and you are laboring to get a job. It's like, no. Let's call it, don't call it labor market. In the name of Jesus, it's going to be a favor market for you. Amen. I'm not mocking you. I'm just trying to tell you somehow how they have been consciously or subconsciously managed to program your mind not to see the reason why you went through school where strikes nearly finished you and that your career. You finally graduated and you are in labor market and you can tell how much it is that there is actually no job. The system didn't create means for jobs to be created. But your pastor says, don't call it labor market. In the name of Jesus, it's going to be a favor market for you. And some people came on Sunday with their own testimonies. When pastor was praying in the last survival, what do you call that thing again? Reviver. The last reviver. And he said, all of you who are graduates, who are looking for a job, I want you to raise up your hand in faith, because as the rest of Nigeria graduates are in labor markets, in the name of Jesus, you are going into the favor market. Now, here is the twist. The following Sunday, one person came out and said, praise. And then you assisted there like,
me say I raise hand though. The half of the church is full of a graduate without jobs, of course. But one person just got job. What happened to the faith of others? That means they didn't have strong faith. So then you will begin to build how to have strong faith, closer to God, be able to ask God for anything. I want this, get it, and all that. So you get closer. In all of that, which shouldn't have been a bad thing, if not because of your situation that makes you get. They say if Nigerians, if they have access to what do you call it? If they have access to amenities that they kind of pray to have access to, right? And then they have jobs, that they have real jobs, right? Majority of you will not be going to any church or mosque. Here you understand that, but that's a story for another day. Here you get. So because you want to get closer to God and get what you want from God and become stronger because you want to be like Sister Bingpe. Sister Chioma that graduated just last year. Hey, the girl that just finished NYSC just last month. Me that have been a graduate for the past 8 years. Brother Solo. This is not right too. Then you meet the pastor. Sir, I have a question. I mean, sir, my situation is, say, you need to get closer to God. You need to pray very hard. You need, They did not want you to know and concentrate on the failure that turned you into prayer warrior. I need, Father, give me $1 million. $1 million. Somebody will never see 1 million naira. Probably have no idea of how to even make a legitimate 1 million naira. He's asking God for, give me $1 million, $10 million. Because someone somewhere told him that if he is faithful, God is a miraculous God and all that. So why am I saying this here is that people have used a lot of things to take your mind. They contribute to impoverishing you, make you jobless, lose your business, devalue your currency, destroy your businesses, destroy your your savings, destroy your pensions, destroy your healthcare system, ruin all things around you so that you can come to them for help. And if you know them very well, it's already like a state policy. Sonweku said, other things they are doing to make sure that people are not suffering, according to them. Since every one of those people who have been shouting says they are hungry, they are hungry. And thiefnubu has been giving them more money than before. Okay, let us make the Lagos state government will now do a deal with the cafeterias in Lagos, food canteen in Lagos, restaurants in Lagos, where they will be feeding 1,000 people at every restaurant every day. Shebi, you are hungry. You are not in a hurry for 24 hours electricity. You are not in a hurry to see the looters, the criminals that are looting the future, your own future, and the future of your children. You are not in a hurry to see them either jailed or executed for their crime. You are not. You know what I mean? You are not in a hurry for a safe country where farmers can actually go back to their farms. So you are not in a hurry. Okay? You are not in a hurry that a lot of you cannot afford healthcare. What happened right now? People say they are hungry. Let us do something. So you weaponize it. So the moment you walk into a booker in your state and they give you food, 1,000 naira food, abi 1,500 naira food. You walk out. Abi? That is the impression this guy. So then you can understand that, you see, weaponizing poverty requires building the big net for poverty, drop people in them, right? And then to weaponize it, offer yourself. I mean, don't look like you are government anymore. Be like a good Samaritan. And because what they want is food. It's a policy in Lagos.
The third level will be that we are now going to do what we call, the soup bowl, the soup kitchen. We did it also during COVID. We want to identify mama put, caterers that are in your do, and want to be able to feed between 1,000 and 1,500 in every local government per day, at the first instance for the next, 30 to 60 days. So let's watch out the logistics. We are identifying, the caterers already. Funds will be sent to them, and they will have vouchers so that people just walk in, and just give them something, to eat, one a day, and let's just continue, on that. The whole idea around this is that one of the verticals will reach you.
You get that? They'll be the same guys were telling you 9 months ago that thiefnubu is working on a package state by state. In fact, if you flash back, if your Stockholm syndrome is not yet like so bad, like deteriorated, like you've lost it. But if your own Stockholm syndrome is still doing, you know what I mean, like a 1 day off, 1 day on, like NEPA, you will remember that when thiefnubu said subsidy was gone, this guy said, you workers, they will give you 35,000 naira extra on your salaries. Have they been giving you that? They said for 6 months. Have they been giving you that? No? Okay. Then they said, all of you who are very, very poor, they will give you 88,000 naira. Shishi, they no give you. Later, they said they have released grains, rice, and all that from their silos. Only for you to realize that Nigeria don't even get silos anymore. Or me, where they talk silos all this time, right? Bokwari don't empty the silos. All these times that they are telling people that thiefnubu has ordered the release of 100 tons, the release of 200 tons, the release of 40 tons. Abalori Ronio. Lori Ro. What they have been doing is that thiefnubu gave, according to what we heard, thiefnubu gave money to lawmakers because people are starving, people are complaining. So they said he gave them money to receive the supply of 1,200 bag of rice. I imagine. So what happened was that, according to that information, they said thiefnubu gave them money that each House of Rep member will receive 2 trailers of rice for their constituents. That means they will take it to their constituency and share the rice. But out of 360 House of Rep members, those who actually really shared the rice and gave to their people, I don't think they are up to 50. The rest just kept it, possibly either kept the money or maybe there was no money given to all of them in the first place. Okay? But we saw videos where people were sharing. Some collected their own rice on their palm like this. Some collected theirs in a small cup. Because, like, you remember, they still continue to promise you a lot. Too. Now, Sonweku, who is just right there on the spot, just bringing up that idea of, you heard him now, we bring something up like a pot, soup kitchen in your area. We just give you some money and you'll be giving, you get voucher to go and eat, we'll start with maybe 1,000, 1,500 every day, for like maybe 2 months. I mean, maybe like for like 30 days or 60, because it's not a policy. Since you said you are hungry, and the money that could have improved your economy, allow you to work and earn your own pay and feed yourself. The money is in the pocket of these rogues. These guys are wearing 100 million naira wristwatch, 200 million naira wristwatch. In the poverty capital of the world. Okay? So what is it going to take them just to say, oh yeah, now let us just give money to they just send money to the private account of people and say, go to your street and feed people. I know, they don't do them again now Facebook. So let me bring it back. So what happened is that, guys, give me a sec, okay?
just 2 minutes. I mean, sorry, a minute. People on Facebook, they can no longer see me. Okay. So when I get back, I will continue. Right. Here is another one I want to share with you before we get to that Yakubu Gowon.
Yanzu shi Tinubu mata ta arniya ce, kuma ko arniya oga ce daga cikin arnas. Ita ma hukuncin da Allah ya ce a kashe ta. Don mi tana cikin shugabannin arna. Fasto. Haka Qur'ani ya magana. Jagorora na kahirci Allah ya ce a kashe su. Jama'a in an ce wance fasto ta me matsayinta? Jagora. In an ce liman me matsayin shi? Jagora. To jagororin kahirci Allah ya ce a kashe su. Ba irin ahlul kitabin da Allah ya ce a aura bane ita matar Tinubu. Sannan kuna ganin wanda ya gagara musuluntar da ɗiyani da mata ta shekaru a ce kuma muslim ticket ne.
So from the further interpretation, that video you just watched was a Muslim cleric in northern Nigeria calling for the killing of, or should we say, calling for the murder. No, I don't want to use that because that one would be like, they talk about murder, their murder, our mother. So I don't want to talk about the murder, their mother. So let's not use murder. Anyway, in a nutshell, that person, I think this one will work well. That imam, was talking to his congregation, okay, that they must remember this, that Hadith told them, and in fact, Hadith instructed them as Muslims to kill infidels. Now, if you now look at Tinubu's wife, she is not just an infidel, non-Muslim. She is, in fact, Oga Pata, because she's a pastor. And what the Hadith instructed them to do is to kill the head of the infidels, kill their leaders, kill those. It's been 48 hours, ladies and gentlemen. I am yet to see any Lagos Abobaku, any agbadorian, a bad study, a bad idiot to sound pem. Let's say pim. If it can be like, say, this terrorist Sharia Northie, for some reason, it can be like, say, they are like cats, no, not catuna, cat eater. Somebody will eat cats. Can hold cane. And then you snap the cat, and the cat screams, cries in agony. But you don't want the cat eater doesn't want the cat to scream. And he said, so you see the cat doing like that. This terrorist killed 3 kings in Yoruba land in a week. I mean, I was probably expecting them to begin to call DSS, because is that not their normal thing? DSS, what kind of a thing is this? In fact, I expected their Daura, the former Daura, now Dokbemu Secret Service or Stupid Service. DSS. Nothing. If they pick the guy up tomorrow, they just want to make everybody just shut up, stop talking about it. About this Afar declared fatwa on Remi Tinubu, because the hunger where they land now. And let me know my last new. We will come back to that. If you are a bastard, a bad idiot, or maybe you, in your own kind of a word, you are just a crumb eater, crumb chaser, ass licker, all risers,
I mean, I would love to see your reactions to this. Because now only me una they get muzzle. You this my egun. You this my egun. You will see, you will see, you will see. My own still better small. The African Wahala. Welcome to the temple. So the Facebook is back. For those on Facebook. You see waiting at the face? Anyway. All of una the Igbo obsessed lunatics. The Lagos Abobakus. The ones that are so triggered when you mentioned anything Igbo beside them. My dear brother, you will see grown-up adult, supposedly educated morons. They will start wanking in public. This Igbo want to control us. These Igbo people, they hate us. These Igbo people want to kill us. These Igbo people want to take over our land. This Igbo, this or that. Educated morons. Oh. You this Mayegun, you are not supposed to, you don't see anything good in Nigeria. Say something good about Nigeria. They will be wanking in public. And I was like, come on, man, how useless can people be? They just threatened Remi, and you are not angry. You are like that scared cat. I say, how come everybody is not talking? I say, they don't bond them well. Wait till they won't talk. Yes, wait till they won't talk. Sir, what do you mean? You are talking about the almighty agbadorians, the crumb beaters. Wait for them. Wait, make them wake up. Wait, let them say, why don't you talk, wait till they won't talk. Even Remi from Aragon cannot talk. I say, so it can't be like say we watch video thing like and then people like us who are now asking them, like, you know, Agbadorians, what are you going to do about this? How come all of you are like completely lost, cowards, and you are like, it's like your tongues have been glued? I was expecting rage. This is a threat. And you see that threat if you are like a non-Muslim. The same way they see Remi Surutu, abi Remi Werepe. Teresa Mendoza, Abuja. Some people like that, you know. You watch that Queen of the South, Abi. You know Teresa Mendoza. You remember that became the Queen of the South. Yeah. And yeah, you know the business, Abi. And then you remember Escobati. Pablo Escobati. Escobati. Pablo, your own Pablo. His wife is Teresa Mendoza. They were all involved in that drug trade, drug deal, I mean, all of that, heroin trafficking, as well as money laundering. That's why I call her Teresa Mendoza, Abuja. Teresa Mendoza, Abuja self no go do pay. So it can't be like say all of us where they pass, because you no go talk in it. And they are there like, will you leave me alone? Will you leave us alone? Kind of like, you know, like, what's your business? What is your business? You these Igbo people, you want to take over our land. You want to shake it. On threatening first lady, you know, they are already threatening your Remi. You know, you have nothing to say, Abi. Who is threatening Remi? Did anybody threaten anybody? Say, Olori Ibu. So you don't know they are threatening Abi. Why do you all like to divide Nigeria? Why do you all like problem with Nigeria? Why are you happy that Nigeria is having Olori Bruku? One share threatening Remiton. React. Do something. Or say something. You were infidel Bruku. Let's say they kill any of you will be say non-Muslim. Starting from with Remi. Talk, he say something. Femisile. But when you turn out in me, you go get Mozu. Now Igbos, you go get Mozu on. You these Igbo people, you can face people where they threaten you weary. I think it's the hunger that is causing that, if you ask me. Even the Afar where they support Muslim tickets, they don't change gear now. And I told you, you need to be worried about it because those ones, they, you know, see them be shoko. They see me lie. Alhamdulillah, bismillah from the beginning, alhamdulillah at the end of the day, even Bojuri Omuelo Gidano. You better face the reality and see the people who actually want you dead if they have any slight opportunity. So Yakubu Gowon, a genocidist. Genocidist Gowon. History madao. You want me to give you a quick sort of history riaza? I will, because I have to, so that you understand who be this man. Okay, yeah, I think I remember. The labor no, that's not how they sing it. How do you sing that again? The heroes past shall never be in vain. Your heroes past are criminals. 99% of your heroes past, they were genocidists, criminals, destiny killers, selfish, greedy bastards. Write that down. Write it down. It should be word on marble. That is what you should describe your heroes past, because you see this course, this path that we have found ourselves. I don't beg anybody to bomb me for Nigeria. That is why, if when this heaven, whether they talk, when we see Baba God face to face, we need to have one-on-one with the angel where they issue departure ticket for everybody. Like say everybody, yeah, you take, but you can't open your ticket until you arrive at your destination. I arrive at my destination at the year. Who should you? Oh, they don't take light again. No, the doctors are going on strike this evening. No, the teachers have said that they are not resuming work after about a 1 year strike. I say, what? We must have a shot when I get to heaven. So you get, none of us choose where we should be born, but we found ourselves. Where we found ourselves, you open your eyes. You see everybody. You don't understand why they are laughing, but they're also looking angry at the same time. As a baby, you're like, what the hell? Are they happy or crying? I don't even understand. Like, you are wondering. And gradually, you are beginning to understand that at the day, Nigeria pe survivor of the fittest ni to ba make it 5 years. Baba champion ni Ogunlaye Shey you get? Right from when you are conceived, you are the only surviving Shena sperm, abi whatever abi, the surviving sperm and egg. Ogunloja you can't open your eyes now. Nigeria they can't burn you. Where it be like say the entire universe is already leading you by 4-0. No skill, no knowledge, no nothing, no idea what it is all about. What could you they just throw you inside it? You are now finding your way inside the whole darkness. From childhood, the people that orchestrated that, one of them is this Yakubu Gowon. Okay? And the history is like, there were these serious more or less like ethnic cleansing in northern Nigeria. Any small thing like this, they don't kill people. Who are the people they will kill? Infidels, most of them Igbos. In fact, it became more like they became the target. Since 1944, they kill Igbos in Kano. It got so bad that it became like the right for you to hate them. You see this one that they are now making all of you to hate Igbos. And some of you can't even explain why. You don't even understand why. You just know they told you. The Igbos are this, the Igbos are that, and it is your responsibility to just hate them for what it is. And I bet you, there were Igbos too. They were also warned. Maybe their own parents didn't tell them to hate us, the rest of Nigeria. Maybe they just warned them, be careful of them. Be careful of them. They can gang up and do this. And there are those who actually grew up knowing that. But there are many of you that are today. I hate Igbo. I hate them. I swear. I say, wait, Baba, calm down. Every time they believe that, they always believe that. But why? If they believe that, you self believe that now, like you self do like this now, be waiting. You're not supposed to get mad like this. The Igbo man collect your wife. Or something happen. No. Igbo man go collect my wife. They mad. Wait to go cause them. I know they do anything with it. Because listen, this whole thing that a lot of you actually like passionately hate them, and some of you are doing your best to pretend that you don't. Some of you are so good at it. I'm glad that a lot of us are learning and relearning and understanding the genesis of all of this. So historically, the killings have already started in the north. Innocent men and women, businesses destroyed, to the point that it became a concern for when Nigeria was negotiating for independence. So at the end of the day, they allowed everybody to keep their regions, respect that, and a system was put in place. But the killings, attacks on Igbo at any slight or no provocation, historically, only started probably 300. So around that time, it became more concerning to the point that when the likes of Kaduna Ezeugu, who was born and raised in northern Nigeria, never even been to the eastern part of Nigeria. Even when he joined the army, he signed up as a northerner. But he was of eastern part parent, okay? Kaduna Ezeugu and their group in the military then, when you still had educated, supposedly patriotic few in your military who actually believe in the idea of Nigeria. They thought they were saving us. They were saving me and you from what is now our own destiny. A country divided with so much hatred over nothing. That's what they thought they were doing. They didn't know that their action was in fact going to lead to a program where millions of people are going to die. They saw through that tribal, ethnic bigotry in high places, taking root and spreading fast. And to them, we need to stop these lunatics. That was their own mistake that changed the course of history generally and finally. So what happened? The head of ethnic hateful politics, Ahmadu Bello Sardauna, was killed. And that coup did not succeed. The man that then moved and mobilized the then available leftover military that were not loyal to the coupists, Aguiyi Ironsi, the man who led the leftover Nigerian army to stop the coup, ended up being blamed for what happened after. And what did Ironsi do? After stopping the coup, they arrested the coupists, some of them. They killed some. So by the time they picked all these coupists, they discovered that majority of them are from the south. Yorubas, Igbos, Ijos, Ishekiris, and all that, including some few northerners too, Middle Beltans. These were those behind it. But they had to make it an Igbo coup when the man that stopped the coup failed to prosecute the arrested coupists. Remember the genesis, that we have no idea where the hatred against the Igbos started from. But from record, when they started killing Igbos, like for real, making them a target, the earliest recorded one is 1944 in Kano. Aguiyi Ironsi didn't prosecute. They expected Aguiyi Ironsi. And who are they? These were other junior officers. Muritala Muhammad, Yakubu Gowon, Buhari, and few of them like that. I can't remember all their names. They were young officers. The northern officers, they were so pained that they have killed their leader, because Sardauna was the man who orchestrated majority of them's entrance into the military, and the quota system rapid promotions that they got as well. Sardauna was like their god. He died. Irosi won't prosecute the arrested coupists. He won't kill them. Then Irosi now made one final unforgivable mistake. It's a mistake. To change history. Wow. Irosi cancelled the regional system of government. And brought what he called the unitary system of government under one military rule. 6 months after that, Muritala and other northern military officers, they led another coup. Irosi was killed. So were other soldiers. And when they did all of that, their intention was to go back to northern Nigeria. In fact, they actually ran back to northern Nigeria. They were expecting war. Yeah, they were expecting war. They just killed Irosi, killed some Igbos. They went into the barracks. They killed Igbo officers. They marched Igbo officers out of barracks, their family members, everything. They shot and killed them. When they finished all of that, you remember Lagos was the capital of Nigeria then. They flew back to north. They ran away. They were expecting and waiting for war. That was where America came in. That was where Britain came in. Britain said, they were so ready. They wanted to break away from Nigeria. They don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria anymore. Let us go. We are not interested anymore. They have, you know what I mean? Like, it was a very, very 1960s, 60s in Africa. That is when the history of Africa that is happening today was rewritten. The destiny you are witnessing today, 60s of Africa, Nigeria took his own shots. I mean, look at us. So then they brought them back and said, no, you can't do that too. Okay? What happened right now is that you have killed a lot of people and all that. Okay? And in fact, it was even said that among the coupists, they felt like there's a part of the history that said that too. Okay? They said the coupists then, because Awolowo was already in prison in Calabar. Okay? And Calabar will end up falling under Eastern Nigeria, is falling in under Eastern Nigeria. They said the coupists had it in mind that they will clean the bigotry, the corruption, all of that. They will clean that. And they were going to break Awolowo out of prison and make him president. There's no real verification for that. I know a lot of people have repeated that and all that, okay? But there's none, because throughout the time they carried out all their coup. Their coup was really successful. Until the last minute when they said, until last minute, it was almost successful. There was never an attempt to break Awolowo out of prison by the coupists. Okay? There was no time to break him out. And that was why when Awolowo was released, Ojukwu was the military governor of Eastern Nigeria. And that was before the war. That was after Gowon had become the head of state. So how did Gowon become head of state? At the age of 28 or 29, he became the head of state of Nigeria. Because then, majority of this Muritala and the rest of them, okay, they said Gowon by then was the highest ranking officer among them. They were young. They were so young. They were not older. The oldest among them was probably maybe 33, 34. They were young guys. So they had all this written out for Gowon. And this is now where the story of which Gowon became a genocidist came on. So immediately Gowon became the president, the military head of state. So the conversation then was like, okay, the country should heal. And the country should find means of going back to the old system. But somehow, it was time to consolidate power, Joe. We are not sharing this power again. That's not how it's going to be. And in fact, there's no regional system anymore. So what we are going to do is we're going to break everything to states and all that. So they had this planned, okay? But the same attack on Igbos, the Southerners continued to go, and they were calling on Ojukwu, their own military governor, after July 1966. Ojukwu was appointed the military head of state for Eastern Nigeria. So they were calling on him to come to their rescue. It got to a stage. Ojukwu was asking Igbos to return back to the East. But it wasn't really a thing then. Then this conversation about if they are not going to go back to regional system, like, you know what I mean? Like then the eastern part of Nigeria will either go for autonomy or a referendum. But they conducted referendum in Eastern Nigeria. They conducted referendum in all this, the place you call Niger Delta today. The name Biafra was given by a man from the same Niger Delta. The place they call Niger Delta today. It was all Eastern Nigeria. They all voted that they wanted Biafra. They wanted an autonomous region. You won't believe it. Nigerians didn't even conduct referendum for independence to ask Nigerians and people inside that space if they wanted a country called Nigeria and they want independence. No. It was just political argument. We want it. They will go to London, Lancaster House in London, go and argue, go back to Nigeria, continue their own business there, go back to London, go and seek for more power, so that power to do this and do that. They will come to London. That was how they got independence for Nigeria. There was never any fight for independence per se, except for few that they actually sent to jail and all that. Here you get. They conducted the referendum in that part of Nigeria. Ojukwu, who was the head of that region at the time, then had no choice but to go back and discuss that with Gowon. Listen, this is what my people are discussing, and this is what we are trying to do to protect the people of Igbo land and Igbo origin in the land that they can feel safe. In this space called Nigeria, we won't want to be part of this unitary system. Our people said they don't want to be part of it. And we would love to start the conversation around that. But the conversation took them. It was like gentleman conversation, like, okay, what do we do to this whole problem? What can we do? And all that. But they went to Ghana, Aburi, where they invited other Africans, some Nigerians as well. Like they all went there. Representatives of Biafra, representatives of Nigeria, other West African and other African representatives, they were there in Aburi for over a week. They were discussing the issue of Biafra and Nigeria. Gowon, at the end of the whole deliberation, Gowon agreed to a resolution that they believe will be a form of a confederation. The eastern part of Nigeria will still be part of Nigeria, but it will be autonomous. Okay? It will have its own everything. Defense, currency, stuff like that. But they will still be part of Nigeria where any shared interest, like area of security, area of other things like that, okay, can be sort of mutually agreed. And they kind of opened bottles of wines. They shared wines because it was sort of like, this is it. This sort of protects the Igbos. And it will also protect Nigeria from sliding into civil war. I wasn't born then. And this is what I learned from that history, ladies and gentlemen. When they got back to Nigeria, a gentleman agreement, resolution that was supposed to be binding, Ojukwu had a copy, Gowon had a copy. So Gowon returned back to Nigeria as head of state. By then, Igbos have already started moving down east. Like you could tell around, there was like people were moving, selling their houses, selling wherever they can sell, park wherever they can park. They were moving down east. In the middle of that transitioning that conversation, when Gowon got back to Nigeria, met with, supposed his backers, this jihadist Muritala and co. They rebuffed him. In fact, they threatened that they will kill him. That's what we heard. They told him that they will kill him if he did not hear that agreement right there in their presence. That day, Muritala personally threatened him, like, I will kill you myself. Muritala was like, for those who actually knew him, they said it was this brutal, soulless animal. I mean, if you ask people who are from today's Delta states, where Muritala killed hundreds of unarmed civilians who thought the war had ended. and they came out with white handkerchiefs to welcome the Nigerian soldiers who have now managed to now cross the river to their side. And Muritala ordered the men and the women and children to be separated. Then male children and men, they were put together and they were shot and slaughtered right there on the spot. That was who Muritala was. And that's what he did. That's what he later did when the war started, the genocide. So Gowon was more or less like, okay, I'll do it. They tore the agreement. And on the radio, Ojukwu heard the news that Aburi Accord is no longer binding on Nigeria. Nigeria government will pursue any effort made by the Eastern Nigeria to secede from that. It was the first person to use the word secession. Ojukwu left Aburi, hoping that they are agreeing on a confederation, which is so similar to the regional system as well, right? But when the first person to use the word secession was Yakubu Gowon, and it was an announcement on the TV, on the radio, that the Nigeria will protect every land, territorial integrity of Nigeria, including the people of Eastern Nigeria. And immediately, he called Ojukwu a rebel. They were both in the Nigerian army. They were both soldiers. He called Ojukwu a rebel right there. And that was the beginning of what later led to the starvation of starvation to death of over 5 million people. So when Yakubu Gowon, who is so old now, met with Koolu, in the last 15 years, or let me say in the last 10 years, since when things began to go south this way, this same Yakubu Gowon, who believed he fought to keep the Igbos part of Nigeria as a bigger country, as we are good together and all that nonsense. A genocidist. Olori Buruku turned there, Olori Buruku old man turned to gospel worshippers for Nigeria. He is now the one organizing national prayer for Nigeria to work. Nigeria will work. Nigeria will be great. They are killing his people in Plateau State. He can't dupe him. Do you understand that? They are on head of state. Well, what can he say? If the crippled Maradona is witnessing the same violation and invasion of his own people in the same Niger State where he carved for himself, waiting genocidists go on would do. So he met with Koolu and he told Koolu that, listen, don't listen to all your criticizers. All these people criticizing you, they criticize me too. When I was fighting the Biafran war, people were criticizing me that I wasn't doing it. I wasn't going fast enough. I wasn't attacking them. I wasn't killing them. Something like that. You get like I wasn't doing enough. But at the end of the day, I succeeded. The man said he succeeded. Then he came out of the room and he said this to the media. Maybe you have time to listen. These are your heroes present. The heroes who shaped the world that you are living now. The heroes, they tell you, respect your elders. But why do you might respect you your body now? Like what?
Well, I think You wouldn't believe it, but this is my first visit to Mr. President since the inauguration. But I was there at the inauguration to wish him well and all success. And if you remembered how busy he was, after that, visitors, members of government, all various personalities. So it was not possible for me to be able to see him up to the time that I had to travel abroad. But from abroad, he was able to ring me on my birthday, I suppose, after that interesting report, social media report that I was dead. And but when I came back, of course, made a number of efforts, but unfortunately, I think because of his busy program, it was not possible for me to see him. But luckily enough, this time, he's able to give me an opportunity to see him and to discuss various matters, especially the issue of the ECOWAS problem at the moment, which I think need to be resolved. And being the surviving leader or founding fathers of the ECOWAS, I think we had to discuss some of his plan in order to see what can be done to bring the matter under control. So this is what has brought me here, and we had a very interesting meeting. And I'm sure some of you have read, I'm told, some media report that I refused to attend ECOWAS press conference, isn't it? So is it you who gave that report? Who did that? Well, then, and trying to give the impression, yes, it is me who was probably trying to, trying to sort of sabotage, if I'm in that ECOWAS. That is not the case. I think there was a mixed communication somewhere, and but I think it gave the opportunity for Mr. President then to call me, and so that we can discuss. And what I was to do at that ECOWAS meeting was part of the discussion that we had today. So that has been done and solved. And I hope that we can probably be able to have that message done later on today at the ECOWAS headquarters, probably about 5 o'clock. I'm sure they will let you know.
Okay, sir. Well, maybe with regards to what is happening with them, what is your call on Nigerians? How are things?
Well, I was telling him, I said, no leader no Nigerian leader that can get there and will not have, all the, all the report, all that was that is being said, about him. But certainly there is no doubt from all that at least one hears and one sees on the various media, etc. I think the government is trying their best to deal with the various problems of the country, but with Nigerians, don't you worry, you can get criticized. I think people out there, they know better than what you know there. But I think all that one can say is that we've got to Nigerians have to give the president time to get things really done, and it is too early to sort of say yes, that absolute result, perfect result would be achieved now. So that is my opinion. At least I know. I think if I remembered, I was told that I was fighting the war. I was too slow, and probably Nigeria cannot make it, and that we should not seek for a discussion. And well, did we do it or not? They probably do not know the problem in there on the ground. And so there we are.
Thank you very much.
All the best. Thank you.
Could you tell that is almost like off? If it's completely not, but he's given thiefnubu gave him assignment over ECOWAS. He could barely put together his words anymore. Okay, he himself is like completely gone. Okay, and these are the people who are advising thiefnubu. But he remembered very well. The only thing he could remember in his 9 years of being Nigeria president, 9 years, right? All he could remember was how he said he fought the war. I could remember that some people were saying we were too slow when we were fighting the war, that maybe Nigeria would not make it. But did we do it? Did we do it? That is the only pride he has. And he's been, in the last 10 years, as far as I can remember, championing prayer for Nigeria. He was the one who declared no winner, no vanquish. And that is why genocidists were rewarded. Some of them even died. They died, like some would say, they died somehow like disgracefully. The same Muritala was killed like a mad dog. When you put down a mad dog, you can't even put down euthanize a mad dog that way. Was killed like a worthless piece of shit that he was. But what did Nigeria do? He's a hero. Your heroes passed. They even make money for him. They put his name on their airports. Put his name on their currency. A murderer. And that's exactly the generation this criminal also came from. But look at them. You need to be patient with thiefnubu, he said. Be patient. Give him time. He's working everything there. With everything on. I want fossils. So every time I see his face, honestly, I just feel so angry. That is the guy behind what all of us are now facing today. Okay? Those are the people who are behind the propaganda of one Nigeria that was never won. These are the people who saw through the death of millions of people that could still be alive, that could have contributed greatly to humanity. This bunch of Olori Brukus that never really added anything but misery and then poverty, backwardness. They wanted all of us to be inside that contraption and then feed them till the rest of their lives. He's being paid. As he is right there, right? He also never worked in his life. He's like Bokuwari. Okay? They feed him, they clothe him, they pay for his medical care. He gets everything. His children get the same treatment, just like they have willed Nigeria to themselves. So yeah, they are advising them, and I think when are they going to call all of you to come and do national prayer? He's going to be there. Same as Kuka, Reverend Father Kuka. Is that not his name? Kuka. Or Bishop. No, sorry, Bishop Kuka. Bishop. And they all will be there taking pictures, praying for Nigeria. And Woluri Bubu. But when you know your history very well, you will know that somebody like that is a war criminal. But because he's from Nigeria, he's an elder statesman advising the future criminals that further destroyed Nigeria on how to do it better. So tell your children, Nigeria has no heroes past. Nigeria has living and past criminals who wrote themselves and awarded themselves different kind of titles, okay, while they were ruining the generations' future generations and all that.
Anyway, let's go back to the person who threatened your first lady. You want to hear it again? Do you hear Usa? Mata Tinubu, Kaferino, Yamutu, Yakari, and others, Abi. I will keep putting it on your faces. Right there.
Yanzu shi Tinubu mata ta arniya ce, kuma ko arniya oga ce daga cikin arna. Ita ma hukuncin da Allah ya ce a kashe ta. Don mi tana cikin shugabannin arna. Fasto. Haka Qur'ani ya magana. Jagorora na kahirci Allah ya ce a kashe su. Jama'a in an ce wance fasto ta me matsayinta? Jagora. In an ce liman me matsayin shi? Jagora. To jagororin kahirci Allah ya ce a kashe su. Ba irin ahlul kitabin da Allah ya ce a aura bane ita matar Tinubu. Sannan kuna ganin wanda ya gagara musuluntar da ɗaya da mata ta shekaru a ce ko muslim ticket ne.
So I will continue to wait for your reactions, because how can they threaten your Remi? And you are saying God will judge them. When did that start? Judge anybody that for any reason call out. Even people just they call out thiefnubu and his wife for who they are for real, okay? You want their heads. They want to take Remi's neck, and that's how they do fatwa. They can put a bomb on a child, okay, to go and cuddle her, give her a hug, and explode. You see, I keep saying this, that I don't know about others, but for me, that I don't like these people, that I know they represent so much evil in the land with what they have actually inflicted on people, right? Seriously, I just want the normal justice to happen to them, or natural justice. I don't want vigilante justice. I don't hate people. I told you that I don't even have a space to hate anybody, because I've not even loved enough people in my life that loved me back, which I kind of, so I don't have enough space to hate anyone. If I don't like you, I just know I don't like you. So I still care about some of you. That is why I continue to warn you about the economic danger, the economic pitfalls that these guys are digging for you. Well, you can abuse me, you can call me names and all of that. Nobody is going to threaten anybody I know, and I will think, oh, God will judge them. Let's leave them to God, Mayegu. Just leave them to God. I have seen obedience, and I've seen majority of them, if not all of them. They are passionate for a working country. At a point, right, they won't even care who is giving them a better country, a working system. Okay? They want one, but you don't want that. You want a country where you continue to live on hope, expectation over nothing. Where you see them do nothing, and then you kind of still expect that maybe they are doing something they are not telling you that is going to change your life and the rest of that. So people who want something good doesn't mean that they want evil to happen to you. You see the obedience today, we're like, error, we are going to vote for thiefnubu in 2027. We will do it again. The Igbos who are telling you today that after all the hatred against them, they are now saying, we are going to follow Tinubu. You see, they do not actually wish this to happen. But because a lot of them knows that this is going to happen. You know something about knowing that something is going to go bad? The worst thing about knowing that something is going to go bad is that not knowing how bad it's going to be. There are people who believe that once thiefnubu take charge of your Nigeria, you are going to begin to you are going to begin to miss Bokwari. Those who said that, it's not because they wish that on you or they wish that on themselves. It is because they have an idea that things are really going to go bad, though. Things are going to go bad, though. Even me, where they tell you, the worst part is that I do not know how bad this is going to be, how worse it's going to be. I don't know what is going to be the rock bottom, okay? That's going to be like, it's not going down anymore. This is it. It can't go down. It can't be worse than this. I don't know. That's the worst part. But that doesn't mean that I want that to happen to you. That doesn't mean that I hate you. That doesn't mean that I want you to lose your business or lose your job or even lose your life. I wouldn't want that. But if I know that the actions of these rogues can lead to you losing your life, losing your job, losing your businesses, and all of that, I will speak out. Then you will hate me and say, oh, why are you talking like this? Is it because you don't like this country? Why do you hate this country? Even if you hate the politician, you should not hate your country like this. You are trying to turn it around and make it look like every day I'm wishing you bad. Not that those who are actually doing things, that the consequences of the action is affecting you so terribly. You are not concerned about that per se. You are worried more about me that is actually warning you, making you understand what is going on around you. And then all of a sudden, they started happening. And I'm like, you see what just happened now? See, this one is happening now. Did you see that? And then you turn around again, still not serious with your lives. You still turn around again and say, are you mocking us? Are you happy that we are suffering? No. You are going to suffer more if you continue with that attitude. The attitude of thinking, you can try and turn the table, ignore the obvious, and expect the problem to go away. It won't go away. If I am your therapy, the one that helps you to manage your depression, since this is what they have unleashed on all of us, that still doesn't give you the right to ignore the obvious. I am not the reasons why whatever you are going through right now, why you are going through them. I am not. I might be aware enough that I told you I wanted you to be aware as well. So I raised alarm. You called me an alarmist. Okay? But that is not my fault. Somebody is responsible for that. Someone's actions, some people's actions, their policies and all that, they are making life hell for you. Do you get that? I am aware of that. I may not know to the extreme how deep it is that they are hurting you. But I know they will hurt you. I know they will. And if you then know they are hurting you, or you're angry with me, you are not angry at them. Do you understand that now? So I don't wish this on you at all. The fact that I know it's going to happen. A lot of us don't know how bad it's going to be. There are those that will tell you that it's going to go bad. Things are going to go. It doesn't mean that they do know. In fact, if you probably check them very well, inside of them, they really do not want that to happen. People want a place where they will feel safe. Their children will feel safe. They can indeed thrive to become something, make something for themselves, be useful to themselves, be useful to their family, be useful to their community, be useful to their country. Something, that's what a lot of people just want to see. But then you are watching those who are making that impossible by their actions. Then they are turning around and blaming you. That is because you always wish bad. Why do you always wish bad on your country? Why do you always wish bad? I say, they wish bad. Okay. Do you wish good for Nigeria? Do you? Yes, I always pray for I wish good for you. They pray for Nigeria. You wish good for Nigeria. And you they support APC. Like you don't know that you are mad, Abby. I know. I've met few mad people, truly. They say if you see any APC, anybody that says he's a thiefnubu, a APC supporter in this part of the world, now 3-1 and maybe 3 minutes check. You don't hear that before? 3-1 appointment. I don't even know if that is what it's called. You medical practitioners on this platform, please help us. What is that thing that they say 2-1 or 3-1 appointment with medical doctors? What is that? Under observation every 2 minutes. Every person that says they are smart, they have brain, and they have something to say to defend thiefnubu, APC, Egbekegbe, in this part of the world, when they go for medical checkup, they will bring in 3 doctors. 3 doctors. There will be one that will be checking him or her. The other 2, they will be observing him or her from behind. 3-1. One person cannot attend to an APC, Egbekegbe supporter. One person cannot attend to them. You need them because only Geje. Yeah, it can bite you. So they need to begin to watch the behavior. They need to body movement. If they are like twisting, if they are like unsettled and all of that stuff, they can tell you which psychiatric hospital they will take them to if it is part of this part of the world. Unfortunately, some of them escaped from Nigeria and they are here. I mean, like, we do have them here. The Abrodian Abobakus, the Abrodian Batidios. I mean, sorry, Batidiots. The Abrodian Batstards. We have them here too. So I don't wish anything on you. So if I hear somebody threatening to kill me or kill you, even if you are one of those who abuse me every evening, I will still stand up and say, they can't kill you. What? Kill agbe, kill you. Waiting we carry, waiting you throw. Kill agbe, kill you. Agbe, kilo ti ń pè, baggy spaghetti. We carry sachet of spaghetti. Alaye, you take anger, carry bag of cement, throw them at me. Kini mo gbe kilo ju. Waiting I carry, waiting you they throw. They threaten somebody to kill them because of what? Because they are infidel. Even the word infidel. There are some people who can easily use that in Nigeria. Meet with terrorists like this. Baba, it go trigger me. You've seen this?
Is it true that some bodies that Israel released is missing organs or skin? We hear about these things. We need you to clarify them for us.
About 30,000 people were killed. There are about 13,000 are children, 10,000 women. They killed about 127 journalists were killed on purpose. We have about 160 of the medical team, doctors and nurses. We have about 35 of the civil defense. You know, even the UNRWA, the United Nations, about 112 people were killed.
And
how many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry.
A terrorist sympathizer in Nigeria, getting here time, steady. So, if you hear that they say, this idea of being an infidel, those are people who promote that. Somebody, there are some certain things that we need to understand, okay? Me, when I talk about things, they are mostly things that I believe they have either direct or indirect impact on things that will impact on me or the people I love. That's the thing. Those are the reason why you see me talk about your pastor is because when your pastor comes out and the headline and the video says, God told me, blah, 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 I understand. I know their game. You see, that doesn't mean that I am coming for your religion. Okay? Now, when I talk about, for example, if I have to talk about something that is happening abroad, that is outside Nigeria, it will have to have something to do with Nigeria before you will see me even mention it. Apart from that, everything I believe about everything that has nothing to do with my discussed subjects or what have you every now and then, right? They are my personal stuff. But see, somebody sent me something, right? And that person was like reacting to this Hamas terrorist in Nigeria. And probably they watched the video. They are among the people who somehow believe that because they are standing with Palestine, because they are standing with Hamas. Hamas is freedom fighters. They are freedom fighters. So to them, Hamas are freedom fighters, and they are fighting for Palestine. Especially look at what Israel is doing in Gaza and all of that stuff. Okay, so they watched my broadcast last night talking about that Hamas terrorist. And then I was like, when in that video, I said, when Hamas, the Hamas terrorists, when they invaded a music festival in Israel on October 7, that we all saw all everywhere, what were they thinking? For everybody who know Israel very well, in fact, they that shared border with Israel, okay, who knows what Israel is capable of, then they organized a terrorist attack to attack civilians. That we saw their videos, we saw their pictures and all of that. They now took them into that same Gaza. Okay? And we saw all of that. It wouldn't have been something I want to kind of discuss with you because opinions varies on them, okay? So personally, I was like, what were they thinking? So they expected Israel to start begging them to bring those people they kidnapped and those they killed. So even if they have history, that they say, okay, Israel is suppressing them, Israel is this or that, and all of that stuff, okay? But when you went ahead and attacked a music festival and you killed people, what were you thinking? Now, people are saying that, I believe too, like, Israel, that is now going so extreme. A lot of people have condemned them. They have told them to cease fire, reduce all these casualties, stop all these killings. But the question is, what were these guys thinking, these terrorists thinking, when they did what they did? So if I call them terrorists, that, listen, do not come to Nigeria, where we are already dealing with local terrorists that are being funded and inspired by outside terrorist groups. And do not drag Nigeria into your war in your, in Gaza and all these places. Can you please not? This guy came to Nigeria on Nigeria media. This guy is a declared terrorist, wanted terrorist. So this person now sent me a message. If you don't know anything about something, you don't need to talk about it. What you know. Eh? Did I actually come here to say, I'm going to discuss Gaza at Israel? Did you see me come here to discuss Russia at Ukraine? Eh? So you want to come and sort of teach me to understand what is going on in Gaza and Israel when a terrorist. So some of these guys believe that standing with Hamas is also standing with Palestine, because Hamas is fighting for Palestine freedom. Now, people who have this idea, they are the same people that will tell you that, do you know how many times Israel has been killing them? So because they now went to the music festival, because of that alone, because the same thing happening in Gaza will probably, Israel and Gaza will probably soon be happening in my own land too. So, and I'm concerned about that. I am interested in that. A lot of you who are connected to these people because of your religion, some of you who are Muslims, you love Hamas, you love Gaza, you love all of this because you are Muslims. Some of you who are Christians, you love Israel. Israel is this, Israel is that. I have no problem with you. If this guy did not show up in Nigeria, and I know what that means, so I reacted to that. So don't come and lecture me about your Gaza, about your whatever. It's actually absolutely none of my business. Oh, you need to be human. Don't say that. Don't say it's not Aburi Accord. It's none of my business. See. And I actually wanted to send out to that person, and I know you may be watching me this evening. What is my business with Gaza? When I know that what is going on in there is probably going to be the destiny of my own children and grandchildren in Yoruba land. When some locally armed people are claiming that the Yoruba land has been willed to their forefather, Uthman Dan Fodio, then I cited an Hamas terrorist in Nigeria, speaking on Nigeria National TV, promoting and justifying the terrorism they carried out. You are feel shall I Israel for me? You see what Israel sorry, I can go on and on and on because that's exactly how I felt. And that's what Nigerians are. I read the name, the name was like a Yoruba name. And I was like, what's it concern me and concern this Olori Bruku with what you think is right or wrong in Gaza or wherever it is? Shomo Gaza nieni. Kini Hamas in Nigeria? Kilon in Nigeria to further recruit and meet their different terrorist cell in Nigeria. The ones they told that in their death, I am an infidel. Oh, ni shorire. What to say message? If you see this video, ni kure. Shobo. Shami. So, like I said, I do not bring what is none of our business here if they don't tamper with what is threatening our lives. The contraption called Nigeria. We know all the game. We know everybody inside the place. We know all the scheme. We know these people are telling us Nigeria will become an Islamic country. And we are seeing our people being killed. We are seeing people being chased out of their own lands. And those lands are being renamed. We want to defend Islam because you're Muslim. So you won't defend Jesus because you are a Christian. Did I come here to say I want to do a debate about Islam? I am talking about how this is coming and the agent provocateurs. Onikure. Ajoro Gaza at Israel yellow pie. I want to talk about Ekiti ati Oshun. Because one of these days, the Ekiti and Oshun may not become Ekiti and Oshun again. It may be a caliphate. Those who believe that are existing, those who are funding them, and the rest of them. And not even just that. Hamas has been designated as a terrorist organization. Any country that is associated with them is known as a terrorist country. Nigeria is designated as a terrorist country. And a lot of us are already wearing that stigma everywhere. All of now, they travel, sha. Everywhere you go, you have to prove that you are not what they say you are. Yes, and you don't even know what they say you are. It's just because you are carrying a green passport. Nigeria. Step aside, please. Could you please step aside, please? Step aside, please. Say, why? But you are not telling everybody else to step aside now. Why is it just me? Is it because I'm a Nigerian? Excuse me, I'm going to have to call in security if you don't calm down me, ma'am. Ma'am, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. I'm going to call security. So am I a threat to you right now? Because I'm asking why you are asking me to step aside. You know, we did not ask for this. We didn't. But here we are. We have to deal with it. So if I am triggered, seeing an Hamas entourage in Nigeria, tó bá fẹ́ kógun fọ́ ojú ẹ̀ dànù kó ṣòfò tílétílé tìrantìran. Ṣó ń gbọ́ mi sìn? Don't come and start lecturing me about Gaza, about Israel, about this or that. Tó bá fẹ́ ṣòfò dànù. What I'm saying is that if they are allowed, who gave them visa to come to Nigeria? Which custom cleared them? Where is your Interpol? How did they get to Nigeria because of their private jets that they are flying about? Who gave them the visa to come into Nigeria? Especially, those are the people you need to think about. Those are the people I want you to know. Those are the people who are putting our lives in danger. And I'm worried. So Timbawa triggered. More overreact. Overreact. You better be no lecture. See, when I talk about your pastors too, I've said that many times, and somehow some people are picking that up already. Like my advice me by pastor. You understand now? I am not living under the same anointing that is it called the same what do you call the same enslavement? Well, you say anointing anyway, so I'm not living under the same with you. The same way everywhere, everything where they tell you say go happen to you if you disobey your pastor, they don't tell me. And you know something? Sometimes they will say, some of us will be say we don't get religion, we don't get religion. We are telling you that we don't get, there is no God. No, not all of us say no God. What we are saying is that we will not believe in your sky daddy, the one that is actually there to scare you to death so that you can go and enjoy the better life in heaven. Sure you get. So everything we then tell you in your Islam, they don't tell me. You know, I know they're under control of him. Sure you understand? Everything we then tell you about your Christianity, they don't tell me. I know hear them. You know why? Before them bring that thing come Africa, we have been existing for thousands of years. They can't call it salvation. I'm not wine meal, not the wine meal. Sure you get now. Because some of us are really like we are really educated though. So if you are so scared, the minute number of you, then I want to be part of those ones where we say they don't follow any of those. And then wherever they are going, I'll go there. Especially the Chinese. As well as those people who died, our ancestors that died before what do you call it, before 18, no, is that 18? No, I think that was 16, 17. Our ancestors that died, wherever they went is where I want to go, and it's my choice. So when I see people who want to destroy my life, destroy everything about me, or supporting those who are destroying that, using political policies to destroy them, and you are telling me I should have hope, I should pray to why me when I talk about your pastors, no worry about me, no worry about me. Sure, you understand now? No worry about me. Where I end, Baba, no worry. So far I'm still here. The moment they pass their boundary and pass that their brainwashing, whatever what it is, let's deal with them. Because we didn't just arrive at this point by accident. A lot of people contributed to this journey that brought all of us to this state. Okay? So I just thought I should say that when I say things, Baba, I mean everything I say. Okay? And for those who know me very well, right? I think if you ask me, what do you do for a living? You ask me, Mayegun, what do you do for a living? Ask me. I'm in the business of annoying people. I annoying people for a living. And these are people who are doing their best to ensure that we were never heard and the status quo is maintained. And the status quo is the one that has kept us under this bondage. So if all of you have little voice or big voices and all of that, should combine them. I should actually combine them together. You should. Or else our own children will be subjected to the same treatment. So yes, when I say things, sometimes they are not there to make you comfortable. Okay, laugh or all of that. Sometimes they are just there to get you to think, get you angry, annoyed. And then you can come here and say, I was so angry with it. I say, yeah, that's fine. That was the intention. Because something has to give, something has to change. We also saw the video of what happened to the chairman of Labour Party, Aburi. It was released last night. But something else I want to show you. Sometimes they said, yesterday in Abuja, the Nigeria police just started arresting everybody. You know those police raiding, that they will just raid everybody and put everybody in the car, their bus, and take them to their station. And their family members will then have to come and bail them out. But I want you in Sharia of FCT, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Take a look.
My name is Mrs. Guana. My husband was arrested on Sunday. He's working with CGC Chinese company. He went to work on Saturday, he worked through the night, and he returned on Sunday evening. On his way to buy a card, that's where they picked him in POS. SARS picked him back? Yes. They did not say why they were picking him? There was no reason. Since Sunday, have you had access to him? Yes. I had access to him. That was yesterday. Only to give him. Did you pay money to enter inside? Yes, I did. How much did you pay, please? I paid 1,000. 1,000? Yes. Are they telling you anything? What did they say he committed? What crime? Nothing. They are just locking him up for 3 days. Yes. Thank you. Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Blessing. My father is involved too in the case. He entered to buy something, they just arrest him. Nothing. Since
Sunday he has been in jail.
Yes.
Any reason? Have you been able to see him since?
No reason.
Did they allow you to see him since?
No.
But you have come?
Yes.
You have tried to see him?
Yes, ma'am.
They didn't allow you to see him?
Ma'am.
He has been here since on Sunday.
Yes,
your father?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
They were extorting them, collecting money from them, and now they said they will charge them to court. Nigeria is a place that you will show police your ID card and they will tell you are lying. They don't have to verify anything, or they don't have any system to verify anything. Or. So when you show them, they say, hey, you, stop there. Where are you going? I'm going back to my house. Where are you coming from? I'm coming back from work. What do you do? I work for ATM Nigeria Limited. Where's your ID card? This is my ID card, sir. I work for that is me, dear sir. This is not fake. Officer, go see. This is what I think we have never seen this ID card before. It's fake. Enter car. Oh, yeah, enter. He said, okay, you can call this number. See, call this. That's my boss. Call him. Enter the car. Enter. Ah, it's fake. Oh, it's fake. Yes, yeah, that's it. That's what they do in Nigeria. Don't ever tell them that I lost my ID card. The intention is there. They don't need your ID card. They don't need that. So they raided them, then they will extort their family members. Those who have money, they will build their own family members out. Those who don't have money, they will take them to their bogus court in Nigeria. And the court, with no evidence, with no nothing, the police will come around, they will write statement and say, this is what they did. And the court will say, we are setting your bail at 500,000 naira each. People went off you pay 20,000 naira bribe to the police that ended up in court. The justice system in Nigeria, they fail everybody, Abi. Well, it happens every day and it will continue to happen. Those are today's victims. They survived yesterday. No, I think they are like, yeah, those are today's victims. You watching me right now, and even me, where they talk, we are all tomorrow's victims because some of us don't survive today already. And tomorrow is another day. Our time will come until we break the cycle. So some people took to the streets on Kaduna Road in Abuja today. It's still about a cost of living crisis, by the way. Briefly.
Ana moto su. Wane ne shi ma? Shi wane ne? Ai ka daga glass ce kai wani abu ne ko
Wahala everywhere. Every day wahala. Last night we saw how they were dragging the Labour Party chairman on the ground. They said they were only inviting him. They didn't come to arrest him because if you now won't call and arrest him, they fit just shoot him. If you could do that to the chairman of a political party that scored over 6 million votes just a few months ago, Baba, you have to think I'm well. How many of you saw Igbo in Nigeria today? He's back in Nigeria, by the way. Have you seen him? Yeah, it's for his mom's burial. Igbo is back in Nigeria. And that's us beginning to raise a lot of voices. People were sending me messages. Ma say this one, no. I'm not going to say much. So people were sending me messages that, my kilo happen. What's going on? They see this punch headline where Oloye is asking Nigerians to give thiefnubu time. And also, Oloye was like sending a strong warning to that Yusuf guy. You know that man that said military may take over because people are hungry. That Yusuf guy, that confessor, yeah. So people were saying, nobody I know the year. I just felt like, whoa, Baba, are you sure he said that? Are you sure he meant that? I mean, come on, I say, but I won't say much. We're happy he's back in Nigeria, okay? And it's mostly for his mom's burial. I believe he was given a rite of passage, okay, to give his mom a befitting burial, and so we'll follow that up, okay? But once we started seeing Oloye dancing towards this idea of what do you call, some even kind of spoke to me. Mark even confessed. Because if all this happened later and you're like, what is it? I say it now because I may not say it again. Okay. So some said that he will return back to Nigeria this week.
I heard about it, not from him, not from anybody. But to them, they were like, he's been trying to sound nice, okay, to about thiefnubu, so that because he's learned his lesson, he has realized that he can't fight for people who don't want him to fight for them. That if he had been killed, that would have been him. However, he is still strongly standing behind the fact that, you know, if he's fully empowered, he will stand there and defend, and chase this Fulani, this or that. But he's not putting everything like he did before anymore. He's not going to try to be anybody's hero anymore. From his experience and how people actually like treated him and all that. But I'm like, I don't want to help everybody. So we will be watching. So this is the chairman of Labour Party after the release team, Aburi. Do you mind?
As you know, let it speak.
Let me tell you how I appreciate all of you for the solidarity, for the support, and for your commitment. Yes, sir. No struggle to liberate a country comes easy. Yes. Many countries of the world where freedom fighters have fought for the emancipation of the people, freedom fighters suffer injustice, suffer persecution. Sure. And it is what is happening to me and my other colleagues since after the general election. After the general election, they have tried to instigate crisis in the party. They tried to bring false accusations against us. They have come to talk about forgery at the time. When it didn't work, they came with embezzlement. Any person that is aggrieved within the party, they go and instigate them to write petitions and to make sure. And the irony is that the police even act on those things. At the end of the day, they will discover that those things are false.
National, oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Today, yesterday, we were making arrangements for the primaries. And of course, the police swamped on us, arrested us over what I would not want to discuss now, because investigation is still going on. Sure.
Clap for chairman!
And therefore, I do not want to preempt them.
Yes, in order.
But I must state clearly that following several interventions, they have graciously released me on bail. Except interventions, they have graciously released me on bail. Except for the state chairman and the state youth leader. They have also promised that by the early hours of this morning, they will release them. So we are hoping that they will fulfill their promise and actually release them. Whatever is happening to me will not discourage me from it. Sure. We must continue to pursue the cause of the people. Sure. We must continue to fight for our people till we liberate them. I've said it and I will say it again. It is not capturing power that matters. It is what you do with power. Today APC is in power. Life has become more unbearable for the people. Yes. Today,
to finish the problem,
$1 is exchanging
1,900
for almost 2,000 naira. Fuel today is sold for 700 naira per liter.
720.
There is even scarcity now, and it's likely that it's going to be increased. Inflation, even though it was double digits, it is now above 31%. Unemployment has increased. A bag of rice today is sold for 120,000 naira, and minimum wage is 30,000. You can see the paradox. You can see the irony. So Nigerians are in for very serious and difficult times. And Mr. President said something recently. He said Nigerians should continue to bear the loss. Yes. It is my prayer that Nigeria, not until Nigerians start eating themselves on the streets before they will realize that, like I said, it's not capturing power that matters. It's what you do with power.
That's true.
You too, yeah. Oh.
You too, oh yeah. Shaman, oh yeah. Anyway, freedom fighter Aburi was released last night. And like I told you before, none of us should jump into real conclusion, even though he's not making it easier for himself when he's also playing exact Nigeria politics that we know. Hide something. Don't answer the questions. Deflect from the question and make it look like, we've seen that happen many times. And I saw the obedient are already contemplating of starting their own political party. Have you heard that? Yeah, the obedient political party, they are going to start their own political party, register it, so that they will not have to deal with all this existing. But please tell them that if the obedient, I know you don't like Showore, okay? And Showore doesn't seem to like Obi as well. And Showore is somebody who I believe doesn't even believe in any alliance. So therefore, you probably will never have a chance of working together. But I would advise that you ask him for the past questions of starting your own political party to contesting an election in Nigeria. It's going to really be needed. I know Peter Obi never started any party himself, okay? But he was with smaller party before. This is not his first time. However, Showore started a political party. Baba, I was reporting on the crisis that APC wanted to take over AAC. Me, Gorilla Yemi. AAC no get one single councillor. But somehow, the power that be, they were interested in taking it over. And so then start this corruption allegation to the point that when AAC started fighting, Baba, I was like, comrade, esprit the call. Esprit the call. Ẹ̀rántí ibi tá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Bí Nàìjíríà ṣe bàjẹ́, gbogbo wa la lọ. Comrade, esprit the call. Go esprit the call kankan. Then go naked on the streets because of election money. They say she already sleep for hotel, blue ship hotel. I'll be waiting to record that one. Boy, na blue ray, I'll be blue. By the time they do the account, another person just declare himself the chairman of the party. Like, it was a serious yam pepper scatter. A lot of people who kind of saw AAC as a fresh one. But I said they won't pursue Showore. They nearly pursue Showore. The person who started the party. So I've seen things. So obedient, you might need that, okay? Just ask him, how did he do it? Now court separated them. Imagine 2-3 friends coming together, comrades, and say, you know what? We need to do this. We need to do that. That's how we're going to do this. And you do all of that. You put all of that together, register the political party, while I can start. All they needed was just to find 1, 2, 3 people, give them like 10 million cash. This is why we say hunger won't kill everybody. You know how many people that are hibernated in your obedient movement for a while? Now, obedient movement sustained some people for that straight 1 year. Some of you may not understand, but don't worry. Sure you get. So those people are the kind of people that are likely going to. Remember your youth leader, the person that arrested Aburi. Now the youth leader, young guy, supposedly youth leader, young guy. No, it looked like a Kabaka like that. You know that Kabaka. What's that guy's name? Is that not Kabaka? Kabaka, yeah. This Labour Party youth leader, APC youth leader. That is Bendu Ekun, Dayo Israel, right? APC youth leader. In fact, usually, you know what I actually give to Dayo Israel, right? I always feel like Dayo Israel, the textbook
description of somebody will drink what do you call it? Imale, like Yotomumale, Yotolobumale. Then another guy from PDP. All of them, they are like pals. Why this one, this madman, they dress like say, wanna be comrade for youth leader of your parties. That's the guy that arrested Aburi. The guy went to Edo. He wanted to go and conduct his own primary election for who will be the governor. Then beat him. You saw it now. Then beat him. Now they are charging Aburi for attempted murder. I remember how that guy was also accusing Showore of trying to kill him. Showore want to kill. Showore will be prison. Showore that they beat up for court for everywhere. You say Showore won't press conference like Baba. These guys were on channels. They were on the rise everywhere. They will give them So before you say you go start another party under Yakubu, I think you should ask Showore for the past questions, okay? You will need it if you are going to be involved in their charade elections. I know I may not be able to change your mind, but life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn, is what I was told. So if you haven't learned the first lesson, it's 100% that you will never learn any lesson until you grow weary and you become even more angrier. Better probably channel the energy now and let us come together, right? And do all it we can to ensure that this establishment that's about to finish us is finished. Then we can begin to discuss the future. But if your future is to go and get your PVC, to go and vote. I don't want to say I'm sorry for you because it's pointless. All right. I'll say that I wish you what you wish yourself. I'm gonna drop here. My time is up. I was going to take calls tonight, but for some reason, I don't know why my Facebook got attacked that much. They stopped my broadcast twice. They didn't even stop it. It was just that they just dropped everybody on it. So I want to probably take time and look into that, okay? I will take calls another time. And if you are pretty much like up early, you can join me in the afternoon tomorrow where I have lunch time with Mayegu. We can have a more chat on this, okay? Thank you so much, everyone, for this moment. I am going to see you some other time. Please like the broadcast before you leave, okay? Share it. And if you are probably like you joined us at midway, you can also watch from the start all over again. I will see you some other time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.